Oh, nakita ko na si Sir Joey. Sir Joey. Oh, si Architect Mickey.
Hello po.
Okay, welcome po.
Thank you.
Anong gawin yung background nila? Hindi ko rin kasama po.
Yan. Ano yung chat?
Wait lang natin yung iba to pin up. 10 minutes pa. Pag ano, then we can start. Giving our best effort to deliver noble nations.
Zambales. It is not generic.
Oh, si Architect si Shields, andyan na. Si Ma'am Cora. Connecting na. Okay. We are 24. Ayun, kita ko na si Ma'am Cora. Good evening, Dean.
Good evening po sa lahat.
Hello, good evening. Hello, Sir Didi Wilson.
Hello, Sir Dan. Kumusta? Kumusta po?
So, sir, just filling up, sir. Wait, mga ano pa, another 10 minutes.
Sige, sir. No problem, sir.
Buo, sir, ng ano. We are 26 na. Padagdag na ng padagdag. Ayun, Architect Mickey, nakita na kita. Beautiful pa rin, ha?
Hello,
Ayun,
Sir
si Architect
Alfred.
Sol.
Hello, Ma'am Olive.
Architect Sol, kita ko na.
Hello po, Didi Wilson.
Hello po. 26 na tayo. Still, counting. Parami na tayong parami. Si Architect Jeffrey Rojas still connecting.
test.
Dapat si Ma'am Debbie wala pa. Ayun si Sib. Good evening, Sib.
Architect Shane,
Yes po.
baka may pa-background music tayo dyan.
Sige po.
Thank you.
O nga, palagyan nyo ng background music muna para hindi ay habang nag-wait tayo.
Architect Dan.
Yes, sir.
Sir, baka pwede na tayo mag-start, no? Kahit hinihintay pa natin yung iba.
I think pwede na. Pwede na.
Okay, sir. Total, sir, naka-live naman din tayo po via Facebook Live.
I think kasi it's already 6:36. It's already 30 minutes late na, no? We can start na. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Architect Kenneth.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Pa-wave naman po dyan para makita namin kayo.
Good evening, sir.
Ayan, ang dami-dami na natin. Tulad po nung sinabi ko last time sa mga meeting, sabi ko po mas nakakaba pala kapag virtual ang mga programs. Mas extra effort po sa ating lahat. Okay, let's start. May the architect be high-minded, not arrogant, but faithful, just and easy to deal with, without avarice. Not let his mind be occupied in receiving gifts, but let him preserve his good name with dignity. The Virtues of an Architect by Marcus Vitruvius Polior. Good evening, architects. Welcome to this year's induction of incoming officers of the United Architects of the Philippines, Zambales, Olongapo chapter for the fiscal year 2020 to 2021 with the theme UAP, United Amidst Pandemic. I am architect Kenneth Harabe Romagosa, and it is my pleasure to be your MC for this night's unique and virtual event. To formally begin our program, may I call on our incoming Chapter Director for Government and External Affairs, Architect Neil Esposo, UAP, to lead us in an opening prayer, to be followed by the singing of the Lupang Hinirang and UAP March and the reading of the Architect's Credo.
United Architects, let us put ourselves in the presence of God. Heavenly Father God, we invoke your presence as we conduct our installation and outplaying of the new officers for the UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter. United amidst this pandemic, we thank you for the gift of life. We ask forgiveness for our shortcomings. We ask you to enlighten us in thus the heavenly design on earth. Reveal to us your plans, and let us forgive the promises of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you so much, Architect Neil and Architect Shane. And now, may I call on our incoming chapter secretary, Architect Shane Ann de Mesa Abad, to acknowledge our attendees.
Good evening, architects and guests. We would like to request for the guests to raise their hands to be acknowledged by the audience. We would like to acknowledge the presence of the guest of honor who will be properly introduced later. From the national officers, the National Executive Vice President, Architect Armando Eugene C. de Guzman III, FUAP, the District Director, Architect Olivia Robles, the immediate District Director, Architect Wilson Pineda, the Secretary General, Architect Jonathan D. Manalad, the, the incoming chapter officers, the previous chapter officers, our sponsors and guests. Welcome to the UAP Zambales Olongapo Chapter Induction of Chapter Officers 2020 and 2021. Architect Kenneth.
And now, to officially welcome us all in tonight's affair, may I call on our passionate chapter president, Architect Danilo T. Domingo, UAP.
Our distinguished guests of honors, great team leaders, our National President, Architect Renato A. Hiroy at UAP, Area A President, Architect Alfred Jeffrey C. Carandang, our District Director, Architect Olive Robles, and immediate District Director, Architect Wilson Pineda. Our beloved UAP Emeritus Architect Antonio Yulibaldo II,
UAP Chapter Fellows, Architect Roson Gonzalez, FUAP, Architect Luz M. Casipon, FUAP, Architect Roland Adon, FUAP, Architect Pax de Guzman, FUAP, Immediate Chapter President, Architect Nimrod Daluson, Past Chapter Presidents and Officers, outgoing officers and incoming officers, fellow architects, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is a great honor to be here via online to welcome you all to solemnly celebrate the chapter induction of officers for Zambales Olongapo chapter for fiscal year 2020-2021. Tonight, we have come together to one of the most important activities in our chapter, that is the induction of our officers. I believe that this is the right time to recognize those individuals who have served as officers in the past years. Allow me to introduce the following achievements of the outgoing officers. We have received certificate of appreciation for the United Architects of the Philippines Student Auxiliary Tulumban College in celebration of Archiweeks as one of the judges of the fashion show Counterpoise Asymmetry Equilibrium last September 20, 2019 at Nightingale, Tulumban College, Barreto. We also received certificate of appreciation given by the City Social Welfare and Development Office and Person with Disability Affairs Office for the sponsorship of prizes during the conduct of 41st National Disability Prevention Week last July 19, 2019 at Ayala, Harbor Point, Subic Bay, Freeport Zone. Receive a plaque of appreciation given by the City of Olongapo in recognition for participating in the Alay Laga 2019 as Early Birds Ground Group category last October 20, 2019. We have inducted 19 new members during the Zambales Olongapo chapter Pananggap 2019. We have successfully celebrated the 43rd United Architects of the Philippines chapter founding anniversary held at By the Sea Resort, Barreto, Olongapo City last October 2, 2019. Successfully celebrated the National Architecture Week by having artwork competition for the architects last December 5, 2019 at McDonald Magsaysay, Olongapo City. Have successfully provided help assistance to the volcano eruption victims of Batangas to the extension of Olongapo City Mayor's Office last February 6, 2020. The chapter donated bottle of mineral water and toiletries. Have successfully provided help assistance for 200 families to the Barangay Landfill, Barangay Calaklan, Olongapo City by donating food reliefs, rice, and canned goods. Last April 17, 2020, during the COVID crisis pandemic. This is in collaboration with the Kagawad K. Legazpi. They led our chapter with excellence and pride, and we lead our new officers with newfound inspiration for the outgoing officers that I show them our gratitude. Of course, yours truly. For the Vice President for Program, Architect Chester Kipot. For the Vice President for Operation, Architect Debbie Ragon Belguera. For the Secretary, Architect Rowan Ramirez. For the Treasurer, Architect Rene Jane Payumo Cabanban. For the Auditor, Architect Elioni Misi Gohol. For the Director for Ways and Means, Architect Eric Santawana. For the Director for the Government and External Affairs, Architect Flor-de-Lis Cruz Balino. And for the Director for Internal Affairs, Architect Erica Man. And for the Director for the PWD, Architect Joram David Diaz. For the Director for Sports and Wellness, Architect Sheldon Oliver Condis. And for the Director for the Education, Architect Maria Corina Gonzalez Kipot. And for the Director for the Professional Development, Architect Shane Olais de Mesa. As for the immediate chapter president, Architect Nimrod Daluson. Thank you for the wonderful support to the chapter. Every officer must devote their time and energy to their duties and responsibilities of their work. And even with the growing responsibility, especially now during the pandemic, it takes a very talented and committed person to balance these responsibilities with their personal life and professional life. With that, I applaud the devotion of our new officers this year in doing a remarkable job of doing the same or beyond. Despite of COVID-19 crisis, we have managed to continue in celebrating our chapter induction. And with that note, I would like to thank our neighbor Spain for sponsoring this special occasion. Thank you for continued support in our community and making this joyful celebration a success. And to the members of the chapter, thank you for your boundless and tireless service, even in the most unprecedented time of our lives. For the record, tonight is now the 44th chapter induction of officers for Zambales Olongapo since the Zambales Olongapo chapter chartered last October 2, 1976. It means we had 43 sets of officers who have enjoyed the best time giving the heroic service to our members. For those being inducted, it is an evident display of our commitment and dedication to the organization, and also to those of us who have witnessed this event today plays an important role in the ceremony because we too demonstrate our commitment to support and encourage our leaders during the coming years. Without further ado, let me welcome everyone who is now visible from our Zoom apps. To our Zoom app screen, welcome to this 44th chapter induction of the United Architects of the Philippines, Zambales Olongapo chapter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Architect Danilo T. Domingo, UAP, our chapter president. Architects, let us give him a round of applause. And now let us witness the speech for coming from our incoming officers this fiscal year.
Hello, architects. Let us welcome the architect who is a graduate of the Royal and Pontifical University of Santo Tomas, the president and principal architect of Casa Arquitecton Incorporated, the recipient of UAP Presidential Award in the City of Manila. Patnubay ng sining at kalinangan for architecture are among his many awards and recognition. He is an ASEAN and APEC architect, a staunch leader of UAP that have occupied national position from being a district director of Area 3, national treasurer, secretary general, ASEAN chair, and now vice president of Area A. Our friend, architect Alfred Joffrey C. Karandang, UAP, ASEAN architect, APEC architect, SFRIA, Europe.
Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so hindi ko nakikita yung sarili ko kung tama ba ang itsura ko. Wala ba akong video? May video ako, no? Wala.
Meron, sir.
You can see me? You can see me?
Yes, sir.
Meron, sir.
Okay.
Meron.
Siguro we can stop the share screen so I could so pag and I give my speech, I could address to for everybody. All right, that's better. Okay, so good evening everybody from Zambales Olongapo chapter, especially to your chapter president, no? Architect Danilo Tolentino Domingo. So, alam mo, Architect Danilo, meron kang kahawig sa sa isang area. Alam mo na ba 'yon? Sa isang district. Anyway, congratulations to your chapter and thank you for that kind introduction na binigay niyo sa akin. Well, my work as a vice president is actually to put you all together in the district. Olive is there as your district director. We are here to listen. Yun lang naman yung lagi namin sinasabi ng national officers. There's National President Rene Heray, the National Executive Vice President Don De Guzman, the Secretary General Joe here in the like to little. It's not a top to bottom instruction or top to bottom policy making. This is bottom to top policy making. That's why the start of the year we have asked your chapter to submit your plans and program so that plans and programs can be aligned, no, to the plans and programs of the national. Alam niyo naman po ang lagi lang sinasabi ng ating national president is members first. Members first and all our plans, no, to the membership. Isipin lang natin, ito ba ay makakabuti sa mga members? Ibang planong iniisip natin ay makakabuti sa ating mga kasama dito sa Zambales o Olongapo. Then we already have solved, already have served our chapter piece. Lagi lang natin isipin, members first. Hindi natin sabihin yung other pa mga ibang nasyonale. Lagi natin, members first. I've been in the national for several years already. Being the national treasurer, I always think of the members' money. Whenever UAP spends for something, when UAP buys something, I always think that this is for the members. So kaya dati nung ako national treasurer, sabi sa akin napakahigpit ko national treasurer. Together with other treasurers behind me, we wrote the finance policy of the UAP, which is still being followed. When I became Secretary General, we wrote the policy of the Secretariat. How our Secretariat will serve our members. Now this is being followed and being addressed. And mas pinagaganda ng ating current Secretary General yung pagsiservisyo. Actually, nakita ko na post kanina si SG. Wala na raw noon break ang UAP Secretariat, no? Sabihin, para na tayong gobyerno na kahit lunch break may magsisilbi. Kapag pumunta kayo tumawag kayo ng lunch break sa UAP, may sasagot sa inyo. So ganyan po ang ganyan po ang ginagawa ng UAP National. Lagi niyang iniisip ano ba yung para sa membro niya. Even me as your vice president, no. Olongapo. Nung una ko narating yung Olongapo before, long time ago. So happy, no, yung pala yung ulo ng Gapo, no, nakita ko dati sa may rotonda nyo, no, sa may malapit sa may bus station, no. Meron tayo siguro si Danny, kasabay ko pa dati na before sa mga convention na yan, mga long time ago, no, Architect Domingo. Makikita edad natin eh. Anyway, Olongapo, yung ating deputy vice president came from your town. Si Architect Dodato Magkalen. Siya ay taga Senyo, no? Taga Olongapo siya. And you can always talk to him on your own way kasi kababayan siya, no? At the same time ako rin, no? And in terms of politics sa Olongapo, medyo kilala niyo si Kaylee Gaspi, si Councilor Kaylee Gaspi. She's a very young councilor, no? Kakapanalo lang siya. She belongs in my political party. Political party. Tama namin sina Biko Soto. So magkakasama kami, puro mga bata sa politika. She's very close to me. And may kailangan kayo sa Olongapo City na medyo nahihirapan kayo. Medyo sabihan niyo ako, sabihan ko si Kay na tulungan yung chapter natin dyan sa Olongapo. Yun lang ang masasabi ko lang lagi, when everything that we do now until the end of our term, isang taon lang naman po tayo uupo, let's always think of our members. Ano ba yung makakabuti sa members? Let's give our best. No? Binigyan na tayo ng pagkakataon na magsilbi. No? This was given to us as a mandate of our members. No? Seryosohin natin itong pagbibigay nila sa atin ng mandato. seryosohin natin na ang binigay nilang ito ay lalo na kayo, 44 years na pala kayo, no? No, medyo kaedad lang namin ni Danny yung chapter ninyo, no? So, marami na leaders na dumaan sa chapter ninyo. Seek the wisdom of those leaders. Ako laging ganyan eh. Hindi ko sinasabing magaling ako, hindi ko sabing, lagi kong tinatanong yung mga nauna sa akin. Paano nyo ba ginawa? Paano, pag may ganitong problema, how did you solve it? Diba? Kasi, ika nga is experience eh. Mahalaga yung experience ng mga nauna sa atin. No? Ito rin yung gagawin ng mga susunod sa atin eh. Sila rin magpapapayo sa atin pag sila naman ang nakaupo na. And we will give it to them. And tayo, mga nakaupo tayo ngayon, we look those leaders as before us. We look to them as advisors. Pero at the end of the day, we have to decide firmly for a chapter, especially you, Architect Danny, Domingo, Danilo Domingo. No? Tama nga ba, Danny nga ba ang palayo mo? Tinatawag kitang Danny. Ba, okay? Okay. So, Architect Danny, no? I have a lot of friends who are same of your name, no, na magagaling na tao, no. You're the chapter president, no. Always think of your members, always think of your board. Ano ba yung mas mapapakinabangan nila, no, in everything that you do. And then, of course, I am here to invite you in our Sunday activity. Ngayon lang po tayo magsa-Sunday activity. Pasensya na po, matagal na po itong naplano before pa sinabi ni NP na wag muna tayong mag-activity na Sunday, no. Matagal na po ito na plano before pa kami maupo as the leaders of the national, no. Kaya kung mapapasin niyo yung calendar, ito lang yung Sunday na activity, no. After this, we will try our best not to have Sunday activities anymore. And then after ng Sunday activity natin, meron tayong Tuesday for our secretaries, Wednesday for our treasurers, and Thursday for our auditors. We would like to these are basic education lang of reporting. Kasi mahalaga na mayroong dokumento lahat na sinasubmit sa national. Bakit? Kasi siyempre tayo, wala naman tayong opisina, no, na pagtatambakan lahat ng mga gamit natin. Meron tayong headquarters, gamitin natin yung headquarters, our information folder, no. Kasi lagi ko sinasabi, information is power. Kami nandito sa national to give you the right information. Marami sa mga alam niyo naman, very engaged nga ng mga tao because ang mga member dahil nga tayo ay online, no, napakadali, virtually napakadali mo kahit nagda-drive ka, you can join the Zoom, no, meeting, no. Ngayon, 2 Zoom meeting na inaatinan to, no. KSA and Olongapo, bilis ko magbiyahe, di ba? Galing akong Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, ngayon nasa Olongapo naman ako. So, very engaged ang ating technology. And our members are using it to get information. Let's make it sure, dear officers, especially you, Architect Domingo, to give the right information and the right direction to our members. Yun lang po, maraming salamat po. Congratulations to the United amidst this pandemic chapter of Zambales, Olongapo. Buhay po kayo.
Thank you very much, our very supportive Area A President, Architect Alfred Jeffrey C. Carandang, UAP. Architects, as a sign of gratitude, let us give him a booming applause. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader, according to John Quincy Adams. At this moment, let us hear the words of inspiration from one of our chapter fellows to be introduced to us by our incoming chapter director for Ways and Means, Architect Jeremy Seyo, UAP. By the way, before we proceed to that,
pwede patingin uli ng certificate, hindi ko na screenshot.
Let us give first a certificate. to our Area A President. Let me read to you the content of the certificate. United Architects of the Philippines, the integrated and accredited professional organization of the Philippines, Zambales Olongapo Chapter, Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is presented to Architect Alfred Jeffrey C. Karandang, UAP, ASEAN Architect, APEC Architect, SFRIA, and EAROPH, Vice President for Area A2B, in grateful appreciation of his unwavering support and generosity extended to this chapter, thereby enhancing the significance and success of the chapter induction of new officers for the fiscal year 2020 to 2021 with the theme United Amidst Pandemic, given the 17th of July, Friday at 6 p.m. via Zoom video conference and Facebook Live. Signed, Architect Shin An D. Abad, UAP, our chapter secretary, and Architect Danilo T. Domingo, UAP, our chapter president.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you very much. Our very supportive Area A President, Architect Alfred Jeffrey C. Karandang, UAP. At this moment, let us hear the words of inspiration from one of our chapter fellows to be introduced to us by our incoming chapter director for Ways and Means, Architect Jeremy Seyo, UAP.
Hi, here's a brief background for our inspirational guest speaker. He graduated Bachelor's of Science in Architecture at Far Eastern University, Manila, and also has a Master's in Business Administration. Aside from being a registered and licensed architect, he is also a registered environmental planner, and at year 2013, he elevated to College of Fellows. He is also a past chapter president of UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter for 2 years. At year 1997 and year 1999, he worked as an architect under the Public Works Center USA Facility Subic Lake Report from year 1982 to year 1992. He then became the project architect at Flor Daniel Pacific with a 23-hectare project of Procter and Gamble facilities at Cabuyao, Laguna from year 1994 to year 1995. He also became part of the SBMA project management from year 1995 to year 1996, managing the Apex Villas and redevelopment of the Subic Bay International Airport. He was also the Chief Operating Officer at the Subic Bay Development and Management Incorporated, the developer and manager of 170 hectares at Subic Bay Gateway Park inside Subic Bay Freeport Zone from year 1996 and 2015. And in year 1999, he was also involved in the preparation of the master plan and development of a 500 hectares Skopje Economic Zone in Macedonia, former Republic of Yugoslavia. And currently, he is a faculty member at Columban College's College of Architecture. He is also the managing director of the Calibra Design and Consultancy Services Incorporated, based here in Olongapo City, and currently connected with Sino Invest Resources Incorporated as their managing director for planning and development, the developer of 67 hectares Subic Eco Park, I-Park at Tipo, Subic Bay Freeport Zone. Let us all welcome architect and environmental planner Ronald P. Adun, FUAP, PIPE.
ever thought of the situation we are in today? Tonight's event is just one way. Take that technology closely. There's the correct the TV series is government, governance, and moral leadership. President of the of the situation. Systems.
Lolo ko. Hello, wait lang po. Ayusin ko lang po yung... Wait lang po.
Replay mo lang, Architect Jane. Architect Jane, replay mo na lang.
Sir, meron na po ba? Sir, meron na po ba? rin po. Hello po.
Architect Shane, walang audio.
The pandemic, the world faced and still facing a daunting period with the advent of coronavirus pandemic. The warning and stay at home.
Sorry po, ay wait lang.
Architect Shane, try mo share file na lang yung mismo sa YouTube.
Wait lang po.
Pasensya na po, architect, sa technical problems. Mahirap po talaga kapag live.
Assist mo lang Architect Sus. Siguro i-share na lang yung video sa YouTube. I-share file mo sa iyo, Architect Sus.
Who among us?
Yes, kita.
Who among us ever thought of the situation we're in today that is going to happen? And we know that this virus can affect as much as the world, whether you're in Middle East the USA or Asia, where temperatures differ, then we could have prepared. Yet, this virus knows no bounds. But life has to go on. We need to continue our activities with caution. For the past days, the world faced and still facing a daunting period with the advent of the coronavirus pandemic. The warning, the message for us all is clear. Stay at home to keep the virus from spreading. The danger it poses spares no one that lead us all into various ways to cope with the daily moves of life. Tonight's event is just one way. Thank God for technology called Zoom. We're still connected given the COVID, stigma, and nothing can stop us from doing what we need to do as part of the UAP. The theme this year is Member First, Governance, and Novel Leadership. Honored guest, past president of the UAP Zambales Olongapo Chapter, 2020 outgoing officers, incoming officers for 2020, colleagues and friends and partners, industry, good evening. May I first of all convey my warmest congratulations to the newly elected officers of the United Architects of the Philippines Zambales Olongapo Chapter. I am honored to be called here tonight. I am particularly pleased that we have selected our new set of officers with various leadership positions. With respect and reward people who dream big, who commit and deliver on significant commitments. Indeed, it is an honor to join you this evening during this special induction ceremony of officers 2021 of our beloved chapter, the UAP Zambales Olongapo Chapter. Continue to be passionate and keen to pursue UAP's overarching goals of service to the professions and the community. We as architects should remain to be vigilant and remain to be part of this community regardless of how the challenges this virus affect our living. Our creativeness and critical approach to our new normal has never been put to test, but now, as Filipinos, we are known to be resilient. So as professionals, let us be resilient Filipino architects, rising above the struggles ahead with total dependence by no less than the greatest architect of all times, our Lord. I urge you then to make use of your individual and collective strength to become agents of change in your own little ways. It begins with your deep sense of responsibility to the generation that will come after you. Hopefully, learning the wisdom of those who were ahead of you. We call them your elders, or rather your elders in the chapter. At this point, allow me to leave you with something to ponder. Vision without correct action is nothing but a lot of daydreaming. On the other hand, action without vision is only rocking the chair, going back and forth, accomplishing nothing. It is a vision with right action that will bring us together as members of the UAP Zambales Olongapo Chapter, our communities, and of our country in our work. Let us keep our organization UAP torch burning by being reminded of two virtues: participation and commitment. An assembly such as this reminds us of our ongoing active participation, which implies our dedication to UAP. In closing, let me assure you of my full support and cooperation. Let us work together toward our commitment to add vitality to our profession and our organization. Again, thank you very much at mabuhay ang UAP.
Thank you very much for that very inspiring message, Architect Rolando P. Adun, FUAP. Architects, let us give him a big hand.
Architect Kenneth.
At this point, let us witness the turnover ceremony to be presided by our National Executive Vice President,
yung certificate,
Architect Armando Eugene C. de Guzman III, FUAP.
Architect Kenneth, yung certificate.
But before that, let us give the certificate of appreciation to Architect Roland Adun. Let me read the content of the certificate. United Architects of the Philippines, the integrated and accredited professional organization of the Philippines, Zambales Olongapo Chapter. Certificate of appreciation is the certificate is presented to Architect Environmental Planner Rolando P. Adun, FUAP, PIEP, Inspirational Speaker, in grateful appreciation of its unwavering support and generosity extended to this chapter, thereby enhancing the significance and success of the chapter induction of new officers for the fiscal year 2020 to 2021 with the theme United Amidst Pandemic, given this 17th day of July, Friday at 6 p.m. via Zoom video conference and Facebook Live. Signed, Architect Shane Ann B. De Mesa, D. Abad, UAP, and Architect Danilo T. Domingo, UAP. Once again, thank you so much, Architect Adun. And now let us witness the turnover ceremony to the District Director to be presided by Architect Armando Eugene C. de Guzman III, FUAP, our National Executive Vice President.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Before anything else, I would like to greet first, of course, our National President, Architect Rene Heray, our Vice President for Area A, Architect Alfred Carandang, District Directors, Wilson Pineda and Olive Robles. Of course, your President, Architect Danilo Domingo, Danny Domingo. And very inspirational as well, your fellow Architect Rolando P. Adun. We always see each other sa mga fellows. And of course, the past presidents of the chapter. I saw a few people who are, who I always meet every convention. There's of course Architect Mickey, the ever smiling Architect Gonzales, si Onicar, I believe is your past president as well, si Architect Luz, of course. So good evening, everybody. By the way, may I ask the incoming district director, do you have the gavel with you right now? Architect Olive, is the gavel with you? Okay. Okay, game. Okay, Mr. Outgoing District Director, Wilson, can you
Yes,
repeat
sir.
after? Yeah, can you repeat
Yes, sir.
after? Okay. Um, Madam District Director,
Madam District Director,
I now turn over to you this gavel
I now turn over to you this gavel
as a symbol of authority to preside over the affairs of the district.
as a symbol of authority to preside over the affairs of the district.
May you use this gavel
May you use this gavel
to conduct your district with fairness,
to conduct your district with fairness,
justice, and equality to all members.
justice, and equality to all members.
May the great architect in heaven guide you.
May the great architect in heaven guide you.
Good luck and carry on.
Good luck and carry on.
Okay. Madam Incoming District Director, please also repeat after me. I state your name. Is Architect Olive here? Architect Olive? Is Architect Olive? I see her name, pero Architect Olive?
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. Architect Olive?
Hello,
I believe,
Architect. Hello.
yeah. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. You're not backing down, huh?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Architect Olive, can you repeat after me? I
Okay.
state your name.
I, Olivia Robles,
With great honor and privilege,
with great honor and privilege,
do hereby accept this gavel,
do hereby accept this gavel,
the symbol of authority,
the symbol of authority,
shall be used to govern my district
shall be used to govern my district
with fairness, justice, and equality.
with fairness, justice, and equality.
I will always preside my district
I will always preside my district
in accordance with the framework
in accordance with the framework
of the UAP bylaws and its policy,
of the UAP bylaws and its policy,
rules, and regulations.
rules, and regulations.
Okay. We will do away with the banging of the gavel once. So as a sign of your um, first job, I would say as district director, you bang the gavel twice, and that's it. That's your first job.
Thank you, Sir Don.
Yeah. Can you bang the gavel twice?
Wait.
Okay. Congratulations. You have a new district director.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
And now let us witness the presentation of chapter officers to be presented by Architect Jonathan V. Manalad, UAP PhD, our Secretary General.
Hi, I'm Architect Danilo Domingo.
Jonathan. Architect Jonathan, wala po ata. Architect Kenneth,
Architect Shane, let us present first the certificate.
okay.
Let us give first the certificate of appreciation. Certificate, let me read to you the content of the certificate. United Architects of the Philippines, Zambales Olongapo Chapter, Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is presented to Architect Olivia C. Robles, UAP, our District Director for Area A2B, in grateful appreciation of its unwavering support and generosity extended to this chapter, thereby enhancing the significance and success of the chapter induction of new officers for the fiscal year 2020 to 2021 with the theme United Amidst Pandemic, given this 17th day of July 2020 via Zoom video conference and Facebook Live. Signed by our chapter secretary, Architect Shane Ann D. Abad, UAP, and our chapter president, Architect Danilo T. Domingo, UAP. Same content of the certificate is awarded or given to Architect Wilson Pineda, UAP, our immediate district director for Area A2B. Fellow architects, let us give them a big hand. And now let us proceed to the presentation of chapter officers.
Architect Jonathan. Present po ba si Architect Jonathan?
Architect Shane, parang wala pa po siya.
Papasok pa lang daw po.
Okay.
Incoming na siya, Architect Shane?
Yes po.
Okay.
Okay, while waiting for architect Jonathan V. Manalad, let us witness first the speech coming from our incoming chapter officers for this fiscal year 2020 to 2021.
I'm architect Zambales Olongapo chapter president. In conclusion, I'm a practicing architect and also a master planner who's engaged in construction and project management as a project consultant, a college instructor of Colombian College for the Department of Architecture. As the president of the chapter, let me share with you a motto from Laozi. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a sentence. We have come a long way for this pandemic. Stay safe and start your first step for a brighter, new, fruitful life. Thank you very much. Stay safe.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Architect Renny Jean for Unico. I passed the licensure exam last June 2008, and after that, I joined Zambales Olongapo chapter. I will be the incoming Vice President for this fiscal year 2020-2021. And I also serve the chapter being the Director, Deputy Auditor, and last year's Treasurer. I previously worked under mentorship of architect Jonathan Kimson. And also, I became an OFW in Singapore for almost 7 years. And now I'm a happy full-time mom with my 2 kids. I will not promise anything during this term, but rest assured that I will do my best to serve this chapter. Congratulations to all of us, and have a good night. This year, we will be signing in from the beautiful town of Cabangan, Zambales. Working at DPWA, Zambales Forest District Engineering Office, dealing with a high demand of construction programs and development activities to give you a quality build, world-class infrastructure. At the time I came to a realization that poverty and wealth is a choice, this motto guided me well. To whom much is given, much is also required. Here's something that you all remember me. My name is Ben. Ask yourself. Good day, architect. I am architect Shane Ann Lemesa Abad. In January 2018, I passed my architecture licensure examination. And in the same year, with a giant leap of faith, my now husband and I have established the architectural. I have been working for UAP ever since I started architecture. First was with NAPSA, then UAPGA, and now UAP. Many different responsibilities. Yes, now rewarding me with clients I have never imagined I would be working with. I wanted to share with everyone is continue to be selfless in serving others and you'll never know when God will reward you for your efforts. Thank you very much. Mabuhay ang arkitektong Pilipino. Mabuhay architects. I am architect Amy Zambales. We're in common chapter 3. Last fiscal year, I was a chapter officer. I passed the architecture licensure examination last January 2017. I started working as a company junior architect of a small construction firm in West City. I continued working there until June 2018. After that time, I decided to move back here in Subic to pursue a freelance career. I know these days are hard. Our lives are constantly challenged. But I believe these too shall pass. Let me share with you one of my personal
your efforts. Don't get discouraged on what you're going through right now. Your time is coming. Be patient. Always stay safe, architects. God bless us all. Hello, architects. I'm architect Susie Bautista from Olongapo Zambales chapter. In 2013, I passed the board examination, and in 2015, I'm the director of Ways and Means, and currently working as a design, engineer, and Doppelman Construction Corporation, and manage and own my firm, the Central Design and Builders, and also I'm safety practitioner, like safety officer 3, and currently again working as a course facilitator and a teacher in fluent language in Olongapo City. And as Shane said, everybody is a time. Let's wait for a time. But for now, this is my time. As your chapter auditor, I'm Architect Zeus A. Bautista, signing in.
Hi, this is Architect Stephanie Ongel, your UAP Zambales Olongapo Chapter's Director for Ways and Means. It's such an honor for me once again in this professional organization, as I have been also an active member and a past
Technical Architects, and being Esposo, Director for Government and External Affairs, passed the board exam in June of 1995, employed at Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority since 1996 at the Public Works and Technical Services Group, a private practitioner at the same time, and a part-time teacher at the Lyceum Subic Bay since 2018. Motto, if you believe, you can achieve.
Good evening, architect. I'm Architect Epidemio Hilabis Jr. and I took up and have passed a special professional licensure board examination in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, last October 2013. And I'm also a former member of PAP KSA Riyadh chapter since then. In year 2014, when I transferred and became a member of PAP Zambales Olongapo chapter. And now, I'm currently working as technical assistant in a private company here in Spain. Thank you. God bless us all. Keep safe, everyone. Mabuhay ang architektong Pilipinas.
Hi everyone, I'm Architect Vivian Aligario of UAP Zambales Olongapo Chapter, Director for PWE. I just passed the Architect Licensure Examination in June 2019 and I'm currently working as a project architect in our small firm with the discipline JP Construction Services, and it was established in November 2018. I was the Vice President for Operations of United Architects of the Philippines Student Auxiliary, school year 2015 to 2016. And also a member of UAPDA in 2017 to 2019. And my motto in life is stay positive, work hard, and make it happen. Goodbye. Thank you.
Hi, I am Architect Kenneth Harabe Romagosa from Subic, Zambales. I started participating in the UAP when I was in college as an MC in their events. Back then, I was inspired to finish my degree and apprenticeship, and soon enough be a registered and licensed architect. I passed the exam last June 2019, and this month marks my first anniversary in the Ayapowa. Currently, I am working as a freelance architect and a part-time instructor in a senior high school in Subic. Aside from designing, teaching is also my passion. I hope that I'll be able to share my passion in teaching as the Director for Education of the UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter this fiscal year. As a young architect, I live by the saying, work hard in silence and let your success be your noise. Mabuhay ang arkitektong Zambaleño at Olongapeño. Mabuhay ang arkitektong Pilipino. Hello architects, magandang araw po. I am the Gandhi to but you can call me George Benson. I am both architect, land planner, and civil engineer. And also, I am the director of professional development in our chapter, the Affairs and Business chapter. I own and manage my own company, RDB Architectural Services. We have various projects in Bataan, SBA, Olongapo, and Santa Cruz, Iba Zambales. And we have our own motto in our company, which is being with defining styles. I think that will be all, architects. Thank you, be safe, and God bless.
Architects, let us witness the presentation of chapter officers to be presented by Architect Jonathan V. Manalad, UAP, PhD, our Secretary General.
Good evening again to everyone, the officers and members of UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter. Allow me to present to you this evening our chapter officers, and I begin from the directors going up to the chapter president. The directors of UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter: Architect Rodel Tolentino, Architect Kenneth J. Romagosa, Architect Elward Manansala, Architect Judy Ann Oligario, Architect Epigenio Labis Jr., Architect Neil Esposo, Architect Jeremy Seo, the chapter auditor, Architect Zeus A. Bautista, the chapter treasurer, Architect Elion Mitzi J. Gohol, chapter secretary, Architect Shane Ann de Mesa Abad, the vice president for operations, Architect Debbie S. Ragon Bilguera, the vice president for programs and development, Architect Renny Jane Payumo Kabanban, and ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the chapter president of Zambales Olongapo chapter, Architect Danilo T. Domingo. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our Secretary General, Architect Jonathan V. Manalad, UAP, PhD. Architects, let us give our Secretary General a big hand.
Thank you.
At this point, let us proceed to the charging of chapter officers to be presented by our Vice President for Area A, Architect Alfred Jeffrey C. Karandang, UAP.
Thank you very much. Good evening, officers. This is your charging, so please listen. The office to which you have been elected is one of dignity and importance. In accepting this office, you undertake a responsibility which is not to be assumed lightly nor carelessly discharged. You are charged with the duties of seriously and resolutely furthering the objectives of the United Architects of the Philippines, the integrated and accredited professional organization of architects. With the Constitution and bylaws and policy manual as your guide, you must be ever ready to exercise the function of the office with which you're all entrusted. Furthermore, you are charged with governing this organization and your chapter. Every individual who wishes to speak shall be heard. Towards the end, that in every matter considered, the best of opinion shall prevail to the express will of the majority. And the best course of action follow.
Sino po si AI? Sino po si AI? Na-set as host ko po. Hello po. Sino po si AI sa ating...
Nawala yata ako. No? Nawala ako. Saan ako natigil?
Architect Shane, naging host si AI?
Yes po.
Sino po si AI?
Hindi ko po alam eh.
Nawala ako, no?
Sino po si...
Saan ako natigil po?
Hindi ko na po makuha yung host.
Can you hear me, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Ano, saan ako natigil? Tapos na ba ako? Saan natigil?
Di pa tapos.
IVP, you're about to ask, do you accept this charge?
Yeah, malapit ko.
Okay, so yun na. Okay. Sige. So please unmute na lang your mics. No? Okay, this is a very important question. Do you accept this charge?
Yes.
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 Tatlo pa lang sumasagot.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Iba.
Yes.
Officers, paki-unmute kanyo. Say yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Ayun. Okay. Now you're ready. Okay. Mas Rene Heray. They are now ready to be inducted as chapter officers of Zambales, Olongapo. Mr. President, they are now ready.
Thank you. Architect Alfred Geoffrey Carandang, our Vice President for Area A. Now for the UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter officers, this is your oath of office. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I,
Del
Tolentino.
I, Danilo Domingo.
Having been elected to the position of state your position and chapter.
Having been elected to the position of chapter president,
Director for Waste and Meat.
In the United Architects.
The United Architects of the Philippines.
Of the United Architects
of the
Philippines.
Do hereby solemnly swear.
Do hereby
solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties and responsibilities of my present position and all others that I may hereafter hold in the United Architects of the Philippines. That I will uphold and protect the Constitution and bylaws of the organization.
Constitution and bylaws of the organization.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will obey and uphold the Architect's Code of Ethics. Conducting myself in a manner befitting a good and true professional. Advancing the interests of the profession. To which we are dedicated. That I will obey the laws and legal orders. Promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Philippines. And I hereby declare that I impose this obligation upon myself. Without mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Umuulan na.
AI.
Architect Kenneth, the black.
Okay, sir. Architect Shane, hindi mo na mabalik sa'yo yung pagiging host? Okay, proceed na lang tayo. The single biggest way to impact an organization is to focus on leadership development. There's almost no limit to the potential of an organization that recruits good people, raises them up as leaders, and continually develops them, according to John Maxwell. To introduce to us our guest of honor, may I call on our incoming or our chapter vice president for programs and development, Architect Rini Jane Payumo Kabanban, UAP.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is a great honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed guest of honor for tonight. Being an architect and landscape architect, our guest of honor reinforces his strategy to always design in good harmony with surroundings and environment. With that trademark in the field, he has completed variety of architecture and landscape projects. Another facet of his profession is his mission to help improve the quality of human life by serving the community through the UAP wide range corporate social responsibility projects to uplift human condition and advance professional service to the society. This advocacy elevated him as a fellow of the United Architects of the Philippines. He is a registered ASEAN architect and has been conferred fellow of the Royal Institute of Architects in Singapore. Among his CSR project involvements are the following: rehabilitation of Bito Elementary School in Marawi, the constructed and implemented projects in Graces, female ward renovation in Quezon City, multimedia center in Kasiguran, Aurora, and the Kapamilya Shower na mobile shower van nationwide, among others. Most of these projects were conceptualized and developed to serve emergency and relief response after a sudden, overwhelming, and unforeseen event. These projects became a reality then because of the support of the UAP National, UAP Bayanihang Arkitektura, UAP Cavite Chapter, ABS-CBN Lingkod Ka Pamilya, and Pylon ngayon. In spirit of dedication and volunteerism, he was served as the UAP chapter president to his home chapter, the UAP Cavite chapter, from fiscal year 2008 to 2010. He also served as the UAP Secretary General for 2 consecutive years, 2016 to 2018. Executive Director of the Commission on Professional Practice fiscal year 2018 to 2019, and as UAP National Executive Vice President fiscal year 2019-2020. For his notable contribution and exemplary service, he was honored with the Fayati Architecture Professional Awards 2018 and awarded by the National Commission for Culture and the Arts of the same year, the Haligi ng Dangal People's Choice Award for his exemplary design of the Valenzuela People's Park. On top of all his dedication and commitment to his professional career and to the professional organization, he still finds time for his passion for architecture education as a professor guest lecturer at the De La Salle University Dasmariñas, Malayan Colleges Laguna, and the University of Santo Tomas. The man who champions the UAP CSR projects and believes that God blessed him in infinite ways, so he returns, blessed, and help others. Ladies and gentlemen, the 27th UAP National President, Architect Renato Adalia Heray, FUAP, ASEAN Architect, FRAI, PALA, and TIFLA. Let's give him a warm of applause.
Thank you po, thank you po. Maraming salamat. Thank you, Architect Renny Jane Payumo Kabanban. Thank you for that introduction. Thank you so much as well for a warm invitation that I have received. It's really an honor to be with you this evening through virtual communication. So officers and members of the UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant evening to all of you. On behalf of the National Board of Directors for fiscal year 2020-2021, It is my pleasure to express my heartfelt greetings to the newly elected board officers of the UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter, beginning with the immediate past chapter president, Architect Nimrod Dalusong, directors Architect Rodel Tolentino, Architect Kenneth Romagosa, Architect Elward Manansada, Architect Judy Ann Oligario, Architect Epigenio Labis Jr., Architect Neil Esposo, Architect Jeremy Seo, or Auditor, Architect Zeus A. Bautista, Treasurer Architect Gian Carlo Abarquez, and Chapter Secretary Architect Shane Ann de Mesa Abad, Vice President for Operations Architect Devi A. Ragon Bilguera, Vice President for Programs and Development Architect Rainy Jane Payumo Cabanban, and Chapter President Architect Danilo Domingo. Chapter Past Presidents, Board of Directors, members of the College of Fellows, the past Regional District Director of District A2B, Architect Wilson P. Pineda, and our current Regional District Director for District A2B, Architect Olivia Robles. To the members of the Executive Committee, Secretary General, Architect Jonathan V. Manalan, PhD, Area A, Vice President, Architect Alfred Joffrey Carandang, and our National Executive Vice President, Architect Armando Eugene de Guzman III, are present this evening in the online induction of UAP Zambales Olongapo Chapter Board Officers. I offer you all my sincere congratulations on your success to take this journey to be of service to our organization. Strive much greater heights, contribute what is best for the profession, and to have you as our valued stakeholders in this tremendous and significant responsibility to serve our members and our organization. There may be a lot of struggles with the global effect of this coronavirus disease 2019 pandemic to go along with several professional and organizational concerns that we are presently facing. But these challenges to start my term as the UAP National President will be my motivating force to be more determined and courageous, not by being superior and demanding, but in taking good care of the welfare of my team, colleagues, and the profession, and the general membership and the organization in general, with the guidance from our elders, from the College of Fellows, mentors, most especially from our Divine Architect, our Lord Jesus Christ. As Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta said, as long as we make the best effort we are capable of, we cannot feel discouraged by our failures. We cannot claim any successes either. We should give God all the credit and be extremely sincere when we do. Let these inspiring words from one of the most honored servants be our constant reminder to be humble enough in giving our best effort to deliver noble leadership. Letting our architect members and stakeholders in the industry know that they matter, not to falter in times of difficulties, but rather uphold good governance in any given circumstances. And to do all of these things with humility and to prioritize the general membership through the member first policy. My fellow architect, let me share to you how this leadership responded to the changes of our time and how we will extend a fair chance and opportunity for our members across the nation in this era of new normal. Your UAP National offered a free Zoom hosting to all districts and chapters for their induction program and membership meetings. We will offer a free charge for the use of the UAP premises for our chapters nationwide for the first 4 hours usage of UAP National Headquarters. We have the meeting room, activity center, and even Teatro Arquitecto Auditorium. We will extend the payment for the annual national membership dues and annual chapter assessment fee until December 31, 2020 without penalty. I would like to take this opportunity as well to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to our chapters and members for their diligence and unconditional support extended to the organization in this time of global health crisis. This is, this is simple yet a meaningful gesture from our chapters and members to sustain and carry out our plans and programs for the year. We started communicating with proper authorities for a possible collaboration to help our returning overseas Filipino architects, our OFWs, working across the globe. Also, we have continued conversation with our legal counsel to sustain the assertion of our rightful practice of architecture under our Member First Trust. In the coming month, we should build on the progress we have had so far and make unceasing development by providing valuable programs and rules that work for our members and develop the system that reflect our better selves. Our fellow architect members have shown to us their confidence in you and me by selecting their leaders to represent them. Be their voice to be heard, be their vision to be noticed, and be their heart to be felt. I look forward to serving you all because service is the heart of this leadership. Every leader is different. Their governance varies. It is not generic. Accomplishments are substantial. Mistakes are inevitable. But we cannot generalize the accomplishment of one leader for all. This is the time to start anew, to face reality, challenges, and other works that have been left unfinished by the previous leadership. I cannot please everyone. I cannot provide everything. I may not solve every problem, but rest assured that I can act and do right thing with passion and great love for the United Architects of the Philippines. Side by side with my team and you, we will draw strength and rely on the wisdom from our divine architect, our Lord Jesus. In the entirety of my term of service, I would like to hold onto this encouraging word once again from Saint Mother Teresa. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. As we continue on our quest of becoming the prime professional organization of architects, together with your National Board of Directors, this administration focuses primarily on good governance, noble leadership, and member-first policy. Let me declare to you our direction for this fiscal year to appreciate. Let us serve our members and our organization guided by principles and love with the right intention means noble leadership, where there is transparency, where there is accountability, where there is honorable service, leadership by example, and where there is a great sense of social responsibility. Let us place the organization's interest over self-interest by implementing good governance, where there is no resources being wasted, where there is efficient and competent manpower, where there is green headquarters, a sound fiscal management, and a work-life balance, adapting to the new norm. Let us lead the organization with a noble heart that offers a sense of importance and moral support through our member-first policy, where there is genuine service to our members, where there is provision for tangible benefits, priority to what is good for the general membership, inclusive decision-making, and to continue the Get an Architect campaign. Therefore, I encourage all the officers and members of the UAP from every section of this country across the globe to join us and our national board in this endeavor. We have all given this wonderful opportunity, serving instead of commanding, showing humility instead of wielding authority, and always looking to improve the capability of our members in ways that create potentials, explore creativity and sense of purpose. Always, we should act together because this direction will serve to measure the best of our abilities to create a productive fiscal year despite the challenges ahead. Thank you, and we sincerely look forward to your continued support and utmost cooperation. Stay safe and healthy. Mabuhay ang UAP, mabuhay ang arkitektong Pilipino. God bless UAP Zambales, Olongapo Chapter. Magandang salamat.
Thank you very much for that very inspiring message. Our very supportive National President, Architect Renato A. Heray, FUAP, PALA, Architects, as a sign of gratitude, let us give him a warm round of applause.
Salamat po. Salamat.
And now, let me read to you the content of the certificate. United Architects of the Philippines, the integrated and accredited professional organization of the Philippines, Zambales Olongapo Chapter. Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is presented to Architect Renato A. Heray, FUAP, PALA, FRIA, IFLA, our National President. In grateful appreciation of its unwavering support and generosity extended to this chapter, thereby enhancing the significance and success of the chapter induction of new officers for the fiscal year 2020-2021 with the theme, United Amidst Pandemic. Given this 17th day of July 2020 via Zoom video conference and Facebook Live. Signed by our chapter secretary, Architect Shane Ann de Mesa Abad, UAP, and our chapter president, Architect Danilo T. Domingo, UAP. Once again, UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter, our very supportive national president, Architect Renato A. Heray. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Salamat po. Salamat po.
Meron pa yung plaque natin.
So follow po Architect Dan.
Okay.
At this point, let us hear the message of our chapter president, Architect Danilo T. Domingo, UAP.
Good evening, everyone. Naka-ano na ba ako? Yes, good evening, everyone. Tonight is my second term as the chapter president for Zambales Olongapo chapter. From fiscal year 2019 to climb another ladder to fiscal year 2021, I accepted this position because I feel obliged due to great responsibilities that I have to continue. Nevertheless, I feel to dedicate to serve. I feel so dedicated to serve. To our National President, Architect Renato Heray, FUAP, Area Vice President, Architect Alfred Jeffrey C. Carandang, and to our District Director, Olive Robles, and the immediate District Director, Architect Wilson Pineda. Thank you very much for your great effort and valuable time rendered to us. For this presidency is full of excitement, at the same time required dedication, integrity, and sincere devotion to duty. With that, as I pledged a while ago, duty is the main goal and that I will pursue in the bottom of my heart. the United Architects of the Philippines, Zambales Olongapo chapter, hand in hand with the UAP, you are here in my heart and mind. I also encourage the young members of the chapter to grab the opportunity to be one of the leader for the next term. Serving our chapter will give you more challenges and encouragement to shine and acknowledged by our great leaders. I have a words from a friend. Even land and seas divide us, but never our heart and friendship. We are still together, connected as one. Mabuhay po ang Arkitektong Pilipino. Mabuhay ang UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter. Mabuhay UAP. God bless po. Back to you, Architect Kenneth.
Commercial muna po.
Virtual good afternoon, UAP, all over the Philippines and abroad. We at Davis Base Philippines would like to congratulate first the outgoing set of officers headed by NP Bench Panganiban, his executives, and the National Board of Directors for having your profession known to the public. And we also would like to congratulate the incoming new set of officers to be led by Architect Rene Hiray. We believe that with this year's Panunumpa 2020 theme, noble leadership, good governance, member first, will continue to take you to greater heights. We would also like to take this opportunity to thank UAP for having us as your sponsor for today's event. We would always want to be your industry partner. Yun po talaga ang gusto namin, to be your partner always. Davis Paints Philippines will always be one with UAP, not just in transforming spaces through colors, but also in creating safe spaces for ourselves, for our families, and for our communities. I always believe in the creativity of you, architects, na sa gitna ng pandemic, although limited yung ating mga galaw, you will always come up with creative ideas sa paggawa ng mga makabuluhang gawain para sa patuloy na pag-angat ng inyong profesyon. So with this, we again at Davis Paints Philippines congratulate Architect Rene Hiray as the new National President, Architect Don De Guzman as the new NEVP, and SG Joey Manalad, Treasurer, Architect Fred Gakutan, and the Treasurer, National Treasurer, Architect Mirabite, and the rest of the National Board of Directors, the Area Vice Presidents, District Directors, Chapter Presidents, and all the committee members and committee chairman. Mabuhay po ang UAP. Again, congratulations. Be safe, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our very generous sponsor, Davis Paints Philippines. Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude. Gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. Thankfulness may consist merely of words. Gratitude is shown in acts, according to Henry Frederick Amiel. At this part of our program, let us now witness the awarding of certificates. The Certificate of Merit to the previous chapter officers for the fiscal year 2019 to 2020, and the awarding of Certificate of Appreciation for the FUAP members.
Architect Kenneth, can you go back with the certificate for the Davis Paints?
Okay, before we proceed to that, let us first award the Certificate of Appreciation to Davis Paints Philippines. Let me read to you the content of the certificate. United Architects of the Philippines, the integrated and accredited professional organization of the Philippines, Zambales Olongapo chapter. This certificate is presented to Davis Paints Philippines, our sponsor, in grateful appreciation of its unwavering support and generosity extended to this chapter, thereby enhancing the significance and success of the chapter induction of new officers for the fiscal year 2020 to 2021 with the theme UAP, United Amidst Pandemic. Given the 17th day of July 2020 via Zoom video conference, signed by Architect Shane and de Mesa Abad, UAP, and Architect Danilo T. Domingo, our chapter president, UAP. Let us give our generous sponsor, Davis Paints Philippines, a big hand. Salamat po sa inyo. And now let us witness the awarding of certificate, the Certificate of Merit to previous chapter officers for the fiscal 2019 to 2020, and the awarding of Certificate of Appreciation for the FUAP members. Same content of the certificate, UAP, Certificate of Merit. The certificate is presented to Architect Danilo T. Domingo, UAP, our chapter president, in grateful appreciation of his valuable service rendered to the UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter as president for the fiscal year 2019 to 2020. The same certificate is given to Architect Chester Kipot, UAP, Chapter Vice President for Programs for the fiscal year 2019 to 2020. Another certificate of merit is presented to Architect Debbie Ragon Bilguera, UAP, our Chapter Vice President for Operations, fiscal year 2019 to 2020. Certificate of Merit is presented to Architect Rowan Ramirez, UAP, our Chapter Secretary for the fiscal year 2019 to 2020. The same certificate is given to Architect Rini Jane Payumo Kabanban, UAP, our Chapter Treasurer. The same certificate is presented to Architect Eric Santawana, UAP, our chapter auditor for the fiscal year 2019-2020. Certificate of Merit is presented to Architect Eloy Mizi N. Gohol, UAP, Director for Ways and Means for the fiscal year 2019 to 2020. Certificate of Merit is presented to Architect Flor de Lis Cruz Valino, UAP, our Director for Government and External Affairs for the fiscal year 2019 to 2020. Certificate of Merit is presented to Architect Erica Laureno Mando, UAP, our last fiscal year Director for Government and Internal Affairs. Certificate of Merit is presented to Architect Jehoram David Dial, UAP, our past Director for PWD. Certificate of Merit is presented to Architect Sheldon Oliver Cumbis, UAP, our previous Director for Sports and Wellness. Certificate of Merit. The Certificate of Merit is presented to Architect Maria Corina Gonzalez Kipot, UAP, our last fiscal year Director for Education. Certificate of Merit is presented to Architect Shane Ann de Mesa Abad, UAP, the last fiscal year Director for Professional Development. Certificate of Merit is presented to Architect Nimrod B. Dalusong, UAP, our past immediate chapter president. Once again, thank you so much sa mga dati po nating officers for the fiscal year 2019-2020. Let us give them a big hand. And now let us present the certificate of appreciation to our fellow UAP members. Let me read to you the content of the certificate. United Architects of the Philippines, Zambales, Olongapo Chapter. This certificate is presented to Architect Luz Mangonon Kasipong, FUAP, in grateful appreciation of its unwavering support and generosity extended to this chapter. Given this 17th day of July 2020 via Zoom video conference with the theme United Amidst Pandemic, signed by Architect Shane Ann de Mesa Abad, UAP, our chapter secretary, and by Architect Danilo T. Domingo, UAP, our chapter president. Let us give Architect Luz Mangonon Kasipong, FUAP, a big hand. The same certificate is presented to our Dean, Architect Corazon Zuniga Gonzalez, FUAP, in grateful appreciation of her unwavering support and generosity extended UAP Zambales Olongapo Chapter. Let us give Dean Architect Corazon Zuniga Gonzalez a big hand. The same certificate is presented to our inspirational speaker, architect, environmental planner, Rolando P. Adun, FUAP, PIEP. Let us give Architect Adun a big hand. The same certificate is presented to Architect Francisco de Guzman, FUAP. The same certificate is presented to Architect Antonio E. Balde II, FUAP. Leadership is not about a title or a designation. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration, according to Robin S. Sharma. Architects of Zambales and Olongapo, we are now approaching the end of our ceremony. At this moment, let us hear the words of gratitude from our chapter auditor, Architect Zeus A. Bautista, UAP.
To all the elected presidents and all the directors, fellow officers, and fellow architects,
of our distinguished guests from the government institution of Lesson Eating Fraud. Today, as we embark on our journey as executive officer for the year 2020-2021 of the United Architects of the Philippines and Zambales Olongapo chapter, a bigger challenge awaits us. As we all know, the world is battling an unseen enemy, novel coronavirus or the COVID-19 virus. The virus has changed not only our ways of lives, but also changed how we perceive everything in our lives.
Hindi ko na-hold ito eh. Gable eh. Nakalimutan ko.
An enormous challenge to us, and how we can united habits pandemic. Thus ordains, as this induction become possible, a new set of officers and members take the new responsibilities for this academic year. As a part of the new set of officers who are expected to assume the responsibilities that our respective positions require us to take. As for the members, are also expected to assume the responsibility of following the leaders. All of us should keep in mind that as a part of one organization, we should be working together as one, like architects united amidst the pandemic. To everyone who joined us tonight in our induction of Executive Officer for the year 2020-2021, thank you very much for your support during this pandemic. We officers and members of the board will fully fulfill duties and responsibilities during our term. Mabuhay ang UAP, mabuhay ang architect Pilipino, mabuhay po tayong lahat. Maraming salamat.
Thank you so much, our chapter auditor, Architect Zeus A. Bautista, UAP.
Oh my God!
And now, let us proceed to the most awaited part of the program. Architect Shane, ready na po ba ang ating paraffle?
Po. Sir Danny, announce na po ba ang mga prizes?
Yes, Architect Shane. Kaya lang, meron tayong na-miss kanina eh. Anyway, andyan naman si IDD Wilson. Yung sa Gable. But anyway, announce naman na ni NP. But we'll proceed now with the raffle. So,
Yeah, sa bukas. Double check muna po natin lahat ng attendance. Kung wala na po dito, tanggalin ko po.
ayan na ba yun?
Yes po.
Sir Dan, yung turnover mo ng Givel,
Sir?
yung turnover ng Givel sa'yo, no?
Yes, sir.
Sige sir, pwede naman natin gawin.
Architect Shane, meron tayong Gable 5 turnover ng paanya naman si IDD L. Wilson for the Gable.
Oh my God!
Dito na po, sir.
Ikaw daw, kumusta ka daw? Sabi niya, ikaw,
Okay,
kumusta ka daw?
before we proceed to our raffle, let us witness first the turnover of the Gable.
Wala po akong background for turnover.
The turnover will be presided by our immediate district director, Architect Wilson Pineda.
Sound.
Sir, naka-mute po.
Nakamute si sir. Sir, wala kang sound, sir.
Sir, yung script.
Basahin ko na, sir.
Wala po akong copy ng script, sir eh.
Wait. Yung kanina, yung sa district director, pwede na yon, yung sa district director. Yung script ng district director. Para lang siya.
Wait lang po.
Yes.
Wait lang po.
Good. Okay. Okay, Sir Danilo.
Yes,
Sir. Okay, sir. So, to the second termer chapter president. So, please repeat after me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I state your name.
I, Danilo Domingo,
with great honor and privilege, do hereby accept this gavel, the symbol of authority, shall be used to govern my chapter, with fairness, justice, and equality. I will always preside my chapter. In accordance with the framework of the UAP bylaws. And its policy, rules, and regulations. So to all members, as a sign of authority for our chapter president, we'll strike the gavel once, then everybody will stand up. Afterwards, he will strike the gavel twice, then everybody will sit down.
Okay, I will strike it once. And I will strike it twice. Everybody sit down.
Okay, again, congratulations to your second termer, chapter president, architect Danilo Tolentino Domingo. Sir, you are the third chapter president na second termer.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Congratulations.
Once again, thank you so much, our immediate district director, Architect Wilson Pineda. And of course, once again, congratulations to our second termer, chapter president, Architect Danilo T. Domingo, UAP. And now, as what I have said, the most awaited part of the program. Paki-ready na, Architect Shane Tambiolo. And of course, thank you so much sa members ng UAP Zambales Olongapo chapter na hindi po tayo iniwan mula pa kanina sa umpisa ng ating program.
Double check po natin, Architect Cruz.
Paki-announce mo muna yung kung ano yung irarapol bago mag-click ang spin na yan, kung ano ba yung irarapol na yan. Announce mo muna. Yung unang-una muna, first, hanggang sa pinaka.
Sir Joey na lang po mag-announce.
Ha? Ano?
Sir Joey.
Sir Joey. Andiyan si Sir Joey.
Sir Joey, paki-announce na lang po yung ating prizes.
How's
ano ba yung nasabi ko? Hindi umabot, sir eh. Bali, meron magbe-pledge muna kami.
Yes, sir.
Bali,
Pledge muna, sir. At pag nakarating sa akin yan, i-distribute ko sa kanila.
okay, yes, sir. Bali, 8 pieces po na power bank.
Okay.
With face mask.
Okay.
Saka isang vacuum cleaner po.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Opo.
Wow.
Medyo
Thank you
price
din po.
natin yung vacuum cleaner.
Yes, sir.
So, 8 power bank. Okay, we're going to spin for the power bank. Ba, ang galing naman to ah.
Sir Joey, free po ba yung shipping fee niyan?
Para sa inyo, free na po.
Meron pa po bang wala sa listahan? Paki-help po ako sa i-double check. Yung wala na po dito sa ating video call, po pwedeng makareceive ng raffle. Start ko na po ba, Architect Dan?
Oo, start mo na, ma'am.
Mag-play lang po ako ng background music.
Hindi ako makagamit ng chat message ko.
May request po.
Habang na-ready yun ni Architect Shane. Once again, thank you so much po.
Architect Wilson. Thank you, sir. Sir Didi. Hindi lang ako makapag-text back. Ba't kaya? And stay safe din po.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. We will invite you again, sir. Lalo na pagka wala ng pandemic.
Yes, sir. Yung chimay. Na-miss ko yung chimay natin.
Ay, sir. Marami dito niyan, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Maraming po salamat. Okay po. Thank you very much po, sir.
Ako?
Okay, roll na yung roleta. Kung sinong pananalo.
Ako nakakatakot maghang. Hindi yan pwede maghang.
Ano to? We have a winner.
Accurate ba yan? Naka-set na yata yung ano niyan, mga power.
Power bank.
Parang program na yung raffle na yan.
Power bank, isa. Ayun, with Christy.
May daya.
Si
na yung sa
Sir
pangalan.
Joey. Okay, roll another. Another roll of another roll ng winner. Sino kayo susunod na mananalo?
Nakakalis na po. Natawag na.
Si Architect Roland! Yay!
Yay!
Wow!
Architect Roland, nanalo ng power bank.
Congrats, Architect Roland.
Thank you.
Power bank yan, power bank.
Ayop.
Davis. Meron pa anim pa power bank.
May i-claim sa Cavite. Sa Cavite ba yung i-claim?
Sa kitchen.
Olive po ba?
Si Ma'am Olive. Si Ma'am Olive.
Ma'am Olive.
Si Ma'am Olive Robles.
Present.
Andiyan ba siya?
Nanalo po kayo ng power bank.
Si Ma'am Olive. Si Ma'am Olive. Ay, nasan si Sir Didi Wilson? Umalis na? Ma'am Olive, nanalo po kayo, power bank. Next.
Ay, Rojas, Jeff.
Architect Jeffrey.
Architect Jeffrey Rojas, congratulations.
Jeffrey Rojas.
Ay man lang.
Pakilista nyo yung mga pangalan na lang, Architect Shane. Yung mga winners ha. Kasi ibibigay natin yan kay Joey. Pakilista nyo yung page.
Oo, wag ingay.
Okay, next raffle. Oh, si Architect Chester.
Wow.
Architect Chester.
Congrats, Architect Chester. May power bank po kayo.
Nag-thumbs up po.
Balong pa kayo yung grand prize, vacuum.
Mukhang pang-vacuum ako ah.
Baka nga.
Swerte talaga sa mga raffle.
Sino kaya maswerte?
Laging nananalo si
Architect Chester. Swerte. Sino pa? Ilang ano pa yan? Ilang power bank pa yan?
Ano pa po tayong tatlong power bank?
Okay, sige. Listan yung mga pangalan na. Okay, another roulette.
Feel ko sa akin yan eh.
Buti wala si Architect Nico Diwa.
Wala siya eh. Ikaw Architect Shane.
Baka ng daya.
Computer yan eh. Congratulations. Another roll.
Next.
Tagal ng rolling ah.
Yes, Architect
Celebrate. Ay, si Architect Neil. Architect Neil Esposo, congratulations.
Congrats, Architect Neil.
Pangalan mo, oh. Nanalo ka ng power bank din.
And last power bank goes to...
Sino pa?
Konti-konti na lang eh.
Si Architect Judy.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Wow. By the way, happy birthday to Architect Judy Ann Oligario.
Thank you po. Thank you po. Thank you, Davis.
Ano yan? Meron pang isang power bank na lang?
Hindi po, sir. Vacuum na po tayo.
May ano na yan. Grand prize na. Okay.
Grand prize na po.
Tingnan natin kung sino yung mananalo ng grand
prize. Alam na.
Alam na yan.
Yay!
Ako, Ma'am Cora.
Si Ma'am Cora! Si Din ang nanalo ng grand prize. Ano yan? Vacuum cleaner? Okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations po.
Congratulations, Architect Gonzalez.
Okay, dadalhin sa akin yan ni Architect, ni Sir Joey. Kahit na ako na lang magdala sa iyo, Ma'am Cora.
Apo.
Yes.
Okay, good night.
Thank you very much sa ating mabait at napakagwapong sponsor. Sir Joey ng Davis Paint.
Welcome po. Welcome po. Congratulations po.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you rin po.
Power po.
Thank you po.
Congratulations. Ang ating celebrant, si Architect Judy. Yan.
Ang ating birthday celebrant. Katampo natin.
Wala, nakapag picture ba kanina sa screen? Sabagay, naka-record naman.
Good evening, everyone. Talaga ako.
With that, that will end our celebration. Good night, everyone, and happy birthday to Architect Judy.
Yes.
Architects and
Birthday,
leaders.
Architect Judy.
Happy
birthday.
Utang na lang muna to. Utang muna na.
Thank you po.
Mga tiga-tiga
Saka na po ang pa-cake.
Pag nag-meet na tayo ulit sa board meeting, meron kang cake. Promise yan. Kaya lang virtual din ha. Virtual cake.
Once again, thanks so much everyone.
Kay Jane, pabake tayo kay Jane.
Good night.
Okay, with that, good night everyone. Maraming salamat po. Maraming Maraming salamat po. And congratulations po sa
Happy birthday, Juby.
Thank you, sir. Thank you po.
Bye.